Lumos. Lumos.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with rookwood? Makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
What? That's... Wait. You accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps?
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's?
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore...
Miriam was right. And the second...
In the second, they were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She...
Why those memories? Perhaps. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but my instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me in my classroom.
Future champion coming through.
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with...
Excellent idea.
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. If you need to stop practice. Good one. That was something.
Leviosa. Incendio.
Excellent fall. Nicely done. Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
It was only a training dummy.
True, but it's a difficult dummy. Believe me, I know. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Plus, you'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of cross...
Big match today. It all comes. Ready for a shot at...
I certainly am.
Brilliant.
I'll go it alone.
Then...
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit. Confringo. Double four. Incendio.
All you've got?
Leviosa. Confringo. Come on. Incendio. Better than that.
Yes, I'm...
Very well. Good.
Confringo.
Yes.
Incendio. Act like a winner.
I'm just pleased to have done as well.
And we're pleased to have such a gracious champion. And so it is.
Thank you.
You earned it. You are a duelist to be. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing.
Yes.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
I hope you were able to take care of everything I had asked you to do.
Professor, I completed all of your...
Well done. Then you're ready to learn Expelliarmus. Pay close attention. The disarming charm may often be all you need to defeat. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand. Good work. The dummy is here if you wish to stay and practice. But keep practicing. Expelliarmus may save your life.
What are you up to now?
Might some kind soul help me?
Revelio.
Is she growing Punja's onion again?
Good morning, Professor Garlick. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bowl. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, Grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new core and cut down the soil! The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief...
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be...
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom, wasn't it? Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later, even with soil, sunlight...
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses... The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant. Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomp... Go on. Grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind... Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest. Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and not saying you can't go it alone, but...
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of back...
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents would... You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves, I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I attended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only...
Revelio.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage. There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ink.
Is that the magic you used to fight?
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. I realized something, that you displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a...
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy...
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operation. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't...
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not... I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that officers...
All right. But
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if...
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be serious.
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
You won't like that.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. I see you!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
I'm not down with you.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why two Ashwinders...
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies.
It's a long story, but...
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things would... Best get moving on my research before they...
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were mere myth.
Mere myth? You're lucky, Sir Cadogan. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his port. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to call... I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trial.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little... No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important
Mallowsweet?
I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rude. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center.
The Mallowsweet is meant to be played...
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little... I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens. What? Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pies.
Incendiary!
Merlin's beard!
The flame makes the pyre sink.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success.
We can indeed. However, how does it work? I must review.
Are all of the trials like...
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade, should you need... I really must be off. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Revelio.
The Aurors or someone from the Ministry guarding the school after the incident.
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J...
Yes, sir.
Good. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology club. Others, however, may be harder to obtain. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck.
My parents considered keeping me home from school.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me...
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with... I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where...
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather, as you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission.
I don't know, Gareth. I don't want to get on Sharp's bad side.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
I've enough to worry about collecting the ingredients he wants me to get. I'm afraid I can't help.
I understand. I'll sort something else out.
Your potion should not be very prepared witch or wizard always has a few. Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah! Get it! Oh! Dragon died! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again.
I brewed an Edorus potion as you asked, Professor.
Glad you managed to stay on task. I saw Mr. Weasley speaking with you earlier. He can be quite persuasive. Glad you managed to resist. You've done well today. I confess I was skeptical.
I'm glad I was able to...
A rare occurrence. And you do well to... In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. And you can keep that Fwooper feather. This time. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Ugh, my robes are going to reek from Gareth's inspiration. Was it?
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Good of you to come. My friend, Professor Fig, speaks highly of you and your resourcefulness. He was vague as to details, but mentioned your having tracked down a difficult-to-find book. I wondered if you'd be willing to do a little detective work on my behalf.
Of course, Mr. Ollivander. Sounds most up my street.
Wonderful. You see, about a century ago, an heirloom apple. My great-aunt suspected a student named Richard Jackdaw. He'd been serving as an assistant here and suddenly vanished.
Richard Jackdaw?
Like the bird. In fact, he was known to frequent the Hogwarts Owl. We did find a series of statues similar to Jackdaw's. I'm certain they're a clue, but I cannot. Jackdaw was last heard tittering about some pages with a map he'd stolen from Peeves. As you can imagine, the poltergeist was...
Why would the thief have taken the wand?
I must admit I have no idea. Always looking for trouble. In fact, after he went missing, never heard much about him after that. But it seems as if his adventurous... Perhaps he thought that the wand had some special power. Astonishing how misunderstood the...
Is there anything...
Oh, yes. It's terribly special. But not in the way you might think. It won't grant... But it will ease the hearts and minds of the Ollivanders to know of its return. And that power...
Surely you could continue searching.
Oh, one would think. However, the headmaster does not take kindly to an old wand maker loitering about. Also, I have perhaps been looking for too long. I feel a fresh set of...
I'll have a look for you. You said...
Ah, you've brought hope to this old one-maker's heart.
Statues Mr. Ollivander mentioned must be upstairs amongst the owls. Don't mind me, owls. I'm here to help a friend. Now, where are those statues? I recognize those hands. Some of the statues here. I'd best keep looking. Empty perches. Could be the right size for jackdaws. Or statues of jackdaws. Nothing. Birds aren't afraid of heights. Perhaps I should look a bit higher. I'll take that, thank you. No statues here. I'd better look. Nothing. A map. It doesn't appear to be connected to the missing pages. Best hang on to it for now. Oh, this will do nicely. What's happening?
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle? Good news. If you've got something to hide, Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. So, Mr. Ollivander was right.
Goodness, I'd forgotten about that wand. I'm almost certain I dropped it the moment I was beheaded in that cave.
What map?
Ridiculous, really. Found it on some yellowed old pages Peeves had pilfered. Thought I could impress a girl.
So, you stole a wand and then followed a map on some pages that you took from Peeves and followed that map to your doom.
Odd to hear it all reduced to such absurdity, but yes.
I don't really. Ollivander does. It's the pages I'm after. Might they be?
Indeed. Say, here's an idea. Why don't you meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest?
How is it possible to steal from Peeves?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. He's got a penchant for wrecking things. Books. I doubt he even noticed they were gone.
Why would you steal Mr. Oliver?
The family were always going on about how special it was, so I took it. Who could resist? I fully intended to return it once I learned it was only special for sentimental reasons.
I think I can guess how you died.
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, hence, if you do visit the cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specific.
If that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you there.
If you don't mind the sight of my decapitated skeleton, the wand and the pages...
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Here I am, as good as my word.
We meet again, Richard.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to see you. Only a Ravenclaw would travel.
Well said. Now, where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can, but I fear I may remain. Keep your eyes open for a bird bath. When you find it, say intramuros. I think it's Latin. As you can imagine, I never paid much attention in school. Shall we?
Aside from the bird bath, anything else I should look for?
Indeed. A few landmarks. A stone bridge, a waterfall, and, if I recall, a lake. You'll see.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Yes. You know, the closer we get...
You can't imagine how inconvenient. Off on another adventure, are we?
Shame you're so foul. The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word. Something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags. There it is, just as Jackdaw described. Incendio! Intramuros.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding. Lucky that's all! You've been paying attention in defense. That was unimpressive. Utterly pitiful to Yes, really it is.
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me. I wonder how big this place is. Someone didn't want casual visitors. I wonder if the spells will help me through this. Jackdaw could solve this, so can I. Guess a good thing Jackdaw didn't fall down there. I'm glad Richard Jackdaw left a little something behind for me, but where could he be? Not a headless skeleton in sight, but I may as well help myself to this.
Revelio.
There it is. The bridge. It's almost complete. This can't be what fees. multiplied since Jackdaw came this way. I'd have thought Jackdaw would have been interested in this loot. There's no sign of him. I must be getting closer to Jackdaw's remains. And those pages. We meet again, Richard Jackdaw. Shame. Those splinters must be what's left of Ollivander's wand. At least I can take the pages. Here it is. The map that brought your doom, Jackdaw. Is there something beyond? Expelliarmus